Our heads tilt one at a time. Mine, Mom's, Emma's. Like raindrops falling in a row. Tilt, tilt, tilt. We're standing on the sidewalk, holding hands and staring at the ramshackle house in front of us. The entire thing looks like it's leaning onto its right side, like it had a really tough day of work and is standing in the station, waiting for the subway, resting against one of those poles that Mom always tells me is disgusting and I should never touch. It's not tilted, Mom says, reading our minds or our heads. She's talking too fast, the way she does when it's really important that I agree with her. It's hard to agree with whatever this is. It only looks like it's leaning because there's an extra window on the left side. Asymmetrical windows. That's why this didn't sell. Can you believe it? Well, it's sold. Mom has bought this house. The tilting but not tilting house. I don't think asymmetrical windows were ever this house's only problem. It's set back a few feet from the street, as if there's room for a yard or a driveway or something, but all that's in front of it is dirty, cracked sidewalk concrete. It has a front stoop made of bricks, like most of the houses in our Brooklyn neighborhood, but the rest of the house is a faded green color, as close as green could get to white. Instead of brick or stone, it's covered in aluminum siding, and there are places where the siding is sliding off. There are poles for an awning over the front porch, but the awning is gone, if it was ever there. And there is exactly one shutter on each window, except the asymmetrical one, which has two, which maybe makes it look even more asymmetrical. My mom says we are going to live here. I scrunch up my eyebrows and tell my brain to imagine it. I can't. Can you believe I scooped this up before someone decided to flip it? She keeps talking, but she's answering the wrong questions. I mean, it's incredible. And I know the neighborhood's a little rough, but we're less than a 10-minute walk from our apartment now, so it can't be that different, right? Just a slightly longer ride to school for you girls. You probably won't have to worry about that until springtime anyway. I won't still be living with you in the spring, Emma says, like always. Mom shrugs, like always. We'll see. Then she's talking about rent versus mortgage and Catholic school tuition and the value of ownership and all sorts of things I don't care about. I hate when she talks about money. I have only one question right now. Does this tilted house have air conditioning? I should have a trillion questions, I know that. Until 5 minutes ago, I didn't know we were moving at all. There's no reason to move, really, except Mom says renting is a waste, and she's always wanted to be able to buy a house. I should be wondering, why this house? Why now? But the sweat trickling down between my shoulder blades keeps me from thinking about anything else. It's 90 degrees outside, and steam is rising from the sidewalks and sheets. This is August in Brooklyn. I'm dressed in black sweatpants that used to be baggy, but are now clinging to the sweat on my legs. I have my purple turtleneck tucked into them, the sleeves pulled all the way down, so that the only bits of my skin that are showing are on my face and hands. Mom and Emma are both in shorts and t-shirts. When Mom saw what I was wearing this morning, she sighed, but she didn't say anything. It's the end of the summer. She's as sick of telling me my outfits are crazy as I am of defending them. But she's wrong. At least I'm covered. I'd rather be sweaty than exposed. Now, girls, Mom says, we're going to have a lot to do once we get inside, okay? The previous owners left piles of possessions here, and we have to either throw it all away or donate it to charity. I'm going to need your help to get the house into shape. Then she turns to me. She wraps her hands around mine, and I have to look down slightly to focus on her. Mom is small, And I've always known that, but I'm still getting used to her being smaller than me. I look in her green eyes and forget about the sweat for just a second. These moments have been so rare in the years since Emma started living with us. The ones where Mom remembers that I'm her daughter and Emma is her niece. The ones where Mom remembers that it was just me first, that it was just the two of us for a long, long time. She put her hand on my face, which is totally fine because she's my mom and all of the extra fabric I've been wearing this summer has nothing to do with her. "We did it, baby girl," she said. "We're homeowners." A little bit of the excitement she's been filled up with spills into me. I smile at her. Despite the sweat, I shiver a little bit. This is a big moment. My mom and I own a house. She hands me the keys. "Lydia," she says, "you do it. You open the door." I nod and smile, then walk up the stairs to the front door. There's a huge crack in the top step. The railing is leaning so far to the left I can't even reach it. I try to see this house the way Mom does, the way she says it will look when we're finished working on it. It's hard to see it as anything but a beat-up shack, especially considering the rows of pristine brownstones and brand-new, shiny high-rises in the neighborhood where we live. But I take a deep breath, and I try. I reach out to touch the heavy metal door in front of me. The two brass numbers fastened to it tell me our new address, 44 Washington Court. When I reach the door, one of the fours falls off and I catch it in my palm. As I do, a zing goes up my arm. The 4 in my hand almost seems to talk to me. Maybe this new house could be a good thing. Maybe, once we move, Andrew and his friends will never know where I live. I put my key in the front door and turn. It swings open too quickly, like it's made of styrofoam. Inside is a dark and dusty living room, crowded with boxes and furniture, as if someone tried to pack up but vanished halfway through the job. There's a staircase along the left wall of the living room and a doorway in the back of the living room leading to a kitchen with all the cabinets open, or maybe all the cabinet doors torn off. A shiver goes up my spine, a good one. I love this place, not for the beautiful home Mom says it will become, but for its spookiness right now. I've walked into one of the horror novels hidden under my bed. I've stepped into one of the movies my best friend Miriam and I love to scream at during sleepovers. In books and movies, the answer to the problem is always in the scariest possible place. My answer is here, somewhere hidden in this mess. I know it. After a few hours of picking through our new creepy living room, we're walking back to our current apartment. My legs are covered. My arms are covered. My collarbone is covered. There's almost nothing of me left to look at. As we approach our block, the chain-link fence around the park at the corner comes into view. I hear the basketballs bouncing off the backboards. I hear boys shouting. My breath catches in my throat. Please don't look up. Please don't see me. The boys have been at this park every day this week. I've been going to school with most of them since kindergarten, so I know where they live. But so far this summer, they haven't bugged me when I've walked past. Maybe that's because Andrew, the worst one, has been away for the summer. Or maybe it's because I'm wearing all these clothes now. My breath gets heavy as we walk past. Don't look up, don't look up. I rub the brass 4 from our new front door where I stashed it in my pocket. I keep pace with Mom and Emma. Then we are past them and safely inside for another day. Our apartment looks bright and shiny with its white walls and hardwood floors and portraits of Emma and me hanging over the couch in the main room. If it weren't for the sweat and stranger dust all over me, the whole new, maybe haunted house might feel like a dream. I call shower first, Emma says, then darts into our one and only bathroom, like she does every time we get home from the park, or the beach, or anywhere we all get sweaty. She always calls the first shower, even though I'm always sweatier. Mom raises her eyebrows at me. It's not her fault you're dressing like it's February when it's 90 degrees outside. It wouldn't be fair for her to get the first shower every time, even if we were dressed the same, I say. She takes faster showers, Lydia. Mom says, I need you to let this one go. She said that a lot since Emma moved in. It's like her mantra. My room used to be my own. I need you to let this one go. We order pizza every Friday night. I need you to let this one go. You said you could get a dog when I turned 12. I could get a dog when I turned 12. I need you to let this one go. We have Emma now. But Emma is not at all like the cuddly puppy I've been imagining. I march into our room like I'm angry, but actually it's good to have a minute alone. Emma and I have twin beds pushed up against opposite walls. I say Emma has the better side because she has the closet on hers, but the door to the room on my side is on my side, so she's always saying I have the best one. Once, Mom told us to switch, but we looked at each other and started laughing. I check to be sure I'm absolutely alone, then pull the box out from under my bed. It's just an old shoebox, so no one would ever think anything of it, but it's where I keep my notebook, and I don't ever want anyone to look at my lists and the random thoughts I use to make things make sense, because ever since last spring, nothing makes sense. I take out my notebook and pencil and write a quick list. Magic. I know Sister Janice and everyone at school says magic is bad, but if that's bad, then maybe it's real. Maybe it's powerful. Maybe it's what I need. Maybe our new house could be magic. Maybe these things I found in the house and took home in my pockets could also be magic. The brass 4 from the front door. A tiny doll the size of my thumb with gold hair and a purple dress. A toilet paper roll. Maybe if I keep one of them in my pocket from now on, the boys, everyone, will stop bothering me. I shove all 3 new objects plus my notebook into the old shoebox and slide it under the bed before Emma could possibly be done with her shower. I know it's weird to collect strangers' things, and it's extra weird to bring home a toilet paper roll, but the house was covered in them. There were little piles of toilet paper rolls in every corner. I found them on the windowsills and under the couch and in the doorway to the kitchen. I found them in the kitchen cabinets, in between couch cushions, and behind the empty TV stand. They have to mean something. I hear Emma turn the shower off. It's almost my turn. I know Mom will let me go next. She always goes last. Hey, Mom, I call. Is it just 3 of us for dinner? Us 3, Mom says. And Jeremy's on his way, too. Her voice goes up and down in a sing-song way when she says Jeremy, because he's her boyfriend, and now she's in love, and that's something I'm still trying to get used to for so many reasons. I take a deep, shaky breath and shove all the words I want to say into my stomach. Okay. When Jeremy comes for dinner, he must always sleeps over. My mom's attention has been divided ever since Emma moved in last summer. When Jeremy's here, I'm down to a tiny fraction. Plus, there are other things about Jeremy. I try not to remember the way Jeremy put his hand on my shoulder and kept it there the last time I saw him when Mom wasn't home. I try not to think about how he stood 2 inches too close to me. It was probably nothing. It was probably normal. That's what I'm telling myself as I slip the 4 into the pocket of the jeans I will put on after I shower, just in case there's magic in anything that comes from the house, just in case I need protecting, just in case the scariness isn't all inside my head. But I know it's not real. It can't be. Mom would never choose a not safe